right, welcome and welcome back to today's podcast, a collaboration between Africa's Talking Podcast and Impact Masters Podcast. This is the space to bring you all the big names, all the movers and the shakers in the tech ecosystem. What does Africa's Talking do, you may ask? Glad you did. We are out here powering communication solutions across Africa, that is across the continent. By providing developers with our robust set of APIs, which span across SMS, voice, USSD, airtime, and data. That being said, welcome to the space and feel free to like, subscribe, and share this with your networks. On today's episode, we'll be featuring a budding developer in the tech ecosystem, eager to hear her story. Without further ado, I am Sylvia Jabet, Developer Relations from Africa's Talking, ready to get the conversation started. Alongside me is my colleague, MK.
Thank you so much, Sylvia. This is MK, or Michael Kamadi if you want. And as Sylvia, my main host today, I'm sitting on the conductors. Is it conductors or co-driver seat? Co-driver seat. And listening to the ladies, and also contributing as well. But welcome once again to this podcast today. Of course, today we have one and only Hope Wanjeri.
Hi.
Yes. So Hope is what, as Sylvia introduced her, she's a budding developer. But of course, beyond that, we want to know who is Hope. Where did this Hope start from, right? As well as she has done an amazing stuff. She's GHC. I don't know what that means, but she'll tell us about it. GHC 23 scholar. UI UX designer, Microsoft LAN student ambassador, GDSC co-lead at KCA University, AWS certified cloud practitioner, Azubi graduate, Moringa School campus ambassador. And actually most people know through Moringa School. Yesterday we had a guest who actually remembered her from those initiatives. But
Really?
AWS restart graduate. And one thing about Hope is that when she engages, she's like all in. So she'll give us some tips about that. But ideally, welcome. Hope, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
It's been a bit, right? You've been saying we'll do this for now, I don't know how many months, but today it's happening.
Yeah.
Good to have you as a guest. How are you though?
I'm doing very well.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here.
Yeah.
Nice shooting location.
Yeah.
Good view, eh?
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. We're happy that you're happy.
Yeah. Thank
And we hope that we will learn more from you. So, Hope, where did all this start?
Okay.
Yeah. Like, where were you born? You want to know more about
The whole
that.
journey.
Yeah.
The whole.
Yes, right from the word go.
Nice. I hope you're ready. 3 hours.
We don't mind.
Okay. Okay. So I was born in Nairobi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I have
Which part in Nairobi?
St. Mary's Hospital. Yeah.
That is in Eastlands or?
Langata?
Yeah, Langata.
Langata, okay.
Yeah. Yes. I have one sister, my mom, my dad. Yeah, that's it.
You're firstborn, lastborn?
Firstborn. Firstborn. Yes, team firstborn.
That's where the drive comes from. Huh?
Let's see.
Yeah. So, so did you grow? Where did you grow?
Oh, I grew up in Ruaka, still in Ruaka.
Yeah.
Yes, that's where I grew up
Yeah.
with my mom, my sister, and my dad.
Ah, very nice.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and you're so brave. Hope. So, if you would really expand those,
Yeah.
so that doesn't sound like this question and answer kind of a conversation.
story.
It's your story, and people would love to know more in terms of who you are, really beyond all these ulabalu of AWS, good UI UX, because we also believe that our formative growing up story actually forms someone might see Hope as self-driven, always showing up, always standing up for ladies, always like trying to teach and all that, but they don't really know what, and sometimes, and the better part of it is that there's someone maybe who is at that stage where you don't want to tell. So that's why we go all the way back and keep it raw and just be open about it, if you're okay, that is, because of course I also know that people are also okay sharing about who they are, because also people are judgmental, but we don't judge. So please tell us, like, how was it growing up? Tell us the fun story. What do you remember about kindergarten? Did you go to kindergarten or CBC or PP1 or
kindergarten
or nursery? Oh, kindergarten.
Kindergarten.
Be a nursery school kind of guy.
Exactly. Same.
Oh, you went to nursery school.
Went to nursery school.
You see, now we didn't know that about you. So tell us about it. How was your first day in school?
That was long time ago. I don't think I can remember. My first day in school, like kindergarten.
Yes. That's the story we want to hear.
Okay. I was too small. I remember my teacher's name.
Uh-huh.
I was too young.
How old do people go to kindergarten? Like,
I was 2.5.
oh, that's
okay.
it might not be, maybe.
Yeah, I was 2.5.
Nursery school people go at around 6 years. Yeah.
In nursery school, we went at 3.
Or CBC maybe or something. But from what I know, maybe this is news to you guys. So you used to like touch your hair. Maybe you've seen that joke a lot, but it was not a joke. That's how you could know this person can be accepted in nursery school or not. So if you can touch your ear, then you're okay to go to nursery school. And then that is 6 years thereabout. And then now from there you go to class 1.
Yeah.
Right now people even spend like 3 years in like PP1, PP2 or something.
It's 3 years in nursery. Or
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's now what is called kindergarten.
Or nursery. But just that first stage of school, it's about 3 or so years.
Yeah, that's now maybe something else. It's not nursery. Nursery, just 1 year you're in.
Grade 1. Then you go to grade 1.
No grades. It was class 1
Class.
to
Sorry.
class 8. Now it's grades. Like you go to grade 1, grade 2,
Till
grade
grade
4,
6.
you graduate. Then, I don't know, grade 5 and 6, you graduate. Then what?
Then you start junior high.
Junior high.
Yes.
2 years or?
3 years.
3
then
years.
senior high, 3
Then
years.
senior high.
I don't know if there are CBC experts, they can tell us in the.
But you sound
The
like
chat.
you guys sound like experts. So I'm just learning also. So how was how was that? Kindergarten was 2.5 years, huh?
Yeah. Then after joining, my school was called Redepo Junior Academy. I was there since primary. Then graduated to high school. Where I went to St. Anne, Bioki. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Wanjeri was there.
Yeah, that's why I remembered it.
Who?
There's an influencer Instagram and they have a podcast. She's called Wanjeri.
Oh, Wanjeri.
She went to the same school.
Is it a high school or primary?
A high school.
High school, St. Hans.
St. Anne's, yeah.
Where is it?
Kiambu.
Okay. Is it a good school? Like, how was? You're telling us.
We're going too fast. Yeah. We're in nursery 1 minute ago.
Yeah.
And now we're in high school. Just take us slowly. Tell us about nursery.
How was that experience?
Yeah,
Because
let's exhaust it.
everyone has a different experience. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, in nursery, I can't really remember.
It's too windy a bit. But go ahead. Don't mind the wind.
Okay. In nursery, I was small. I remember I used
And
to
be loud if you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like to play as every other child. Then,
So which games did you like to play? Your favorite ones. Yeah, today the nature is trying to. I don't know what's happening. Why did you pass through? Like, it's getting crazy.
Hey, nature is doing the most.
Yeah. So tell us
the games.
Yeah, games.
Okay, I like to play hide and seek. Chako.
Oh.
What else? My memory, I used to. Okay, yeah.
There was things like kati. I know from ladies, not against ladies. You know kati, right? Where people throw balls and then somebody in the middle. And by the reason why it's important even to talk about these games is that I find like kids nowadays, they have, more of
video games.
Yeah, video games. And also even when they're playing, it's not really like we're losing the culture, right? Yeah, so did you play things like kati?
Yeah.
Tapo is also old.
Chako.
It's called Chako.
Yeah, Chako.
Hide and seek.
No.
That's a new game.
Chako is?
I tap you and then we run and then we tap the next person and then they run. Okay. Yeah.
And what the one who taps, what will they do?
If I tap you, you start running and tap the next one so that you start being chased.
The one who tapped, what do they do?
They run away.
They join the running.
So say
squad.
I tap you. You run, right?
Yeah.
Touching Sylvia. What would I be doing?
Run also.
Oh, everyone is running all over.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, I'm just kidding. Okay, that's interesting, huh?
Okay, another game, police and robber.
How is that played?
We have the police team and the
robbers.
robber team. Yeah, it was fun being a robber.
So is it like you guys like shoot each other or arrest? Or?
No, we have a place called the cell. So if you are a robber, you're taken to there. Then if someone passes, they can free you from jail.
Passes what?
Like if we have a cell, right? So if a robber comes and taps my hand, I'm free to go.
Oh, I see. Oh, interesting. You guys didn't play like hide and seek?
We did.
What about rope skipping? It's called what?
Public van.
Public
Imagine.
van.
That's the actual term. It's public van.
Public van. And then what?
But you used to sing it, public van.
Of course, anyone who was kids like
Bubblegum.
everyone had their own way of singing it, but of course, you guys did that too, right?
Yeah.
What about the one that you draw lines on the ground and then you jump and then like you're kicking the stone, or you throw a stone and then you like open?
I can't remember
More or
the
less.
name.
Yeah. Maybe not English name, of course, but
Long time. Oh. Really long time. Really.
All right. I won't give my preserved comments. Yeah, but in all these games, what did you learn, playing them?
Well, it was really fun. Like after studying, it was a nice way of interacting with your friends. It was a nice way of spending your time as a child. We didn't have like phones then. There were no smartphones. So it was really...
When was this?
Tambo. I'm saying... Enzi za kale.
1990?
No.
Not that old.
2000 and something?
No. Like it was those times when we didn't have smartphones. You only had
The feature phone.
Yeah, feature phones.
Okay. Oh, then that must be early 2000, right? Or 2000, almost 2010.
Yeah.
Because iPhone came out in 2007. And then, of course, there was some Android around and BlackBerry. Those were the smartphones. So I think by 2005, there were a couple of smartphones. BlackBerry was leading the way, and then Android, and then, of course, iPhone.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, take me through your, lower primary school. Were you this kid who is, acing everything, fighting everyone, starting trouble, or just well reserved,
Okay. Nursery.
Yeah. Not nursery.
Okay, nursery is
lower
very
primary.
Yeah.
But you can talk about nursery if you want. Yeah.
Can I remember? I think I was mischievous. A bit. Just a bit. What else did I used to do? I think I just remember I liked playing and meeting new people, traveling. Yeah.
Even in class.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But it's allowed. I think in nursery school people do all this. Did you guys used to sleep during the day?
It's part of the routine.
Yeah, we never did that. But anyway, it's okay. I slept enough. 6 years is enough time to sleep at home. So
Yeah.
now that I think about it. Yeah, so you go to now lower primary school, right? Yeah. How was that transition? Did you go to a different school or the same school?
Same school.
Same classmates. So that's not bad.
The transition was not bad.
Yeah.
It was very.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anything you remember vividly now that you're in lower primary school?
Yeah, I remember we were with my mom, and then she knocked the door, and then she was like, "Welcome to class 1."
Your mom was a teacher?
No.
In the morning.
Oh,
in the morning.
she was taking you to class 1.
Yeah.
And then everyone like, hey, welcome.
No, my mom said it before I went to class.
Was she in
At
or
home.
out?
We were together at the door.
Oh, she was like celebrating you.
Yeah.
Kinda welcome.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Well, she was in there like the teacher or something.
No, she
Like,
thought.
Mom, see, we are with you in the morning. What is this? You know,
No.
sometimes even when your mom is a teacher, there's somewhere like, I saw you in the morning.
No,
And then-
she was not a teacher. She just told me to come because we are out
How
there.
was that?
It was nice.
Yeah?
Like it felt different.
Yeah.
Like I noticed there's something different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got excited.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So you had friends?
Oh, yes. A lot of friends. A lot of friends.
A mischievous person must have some,
I
was
some
a
allies.
No,
A little.
just a bit.
Like 10 of them or 20.
No, like I'm talking about the mischievous.
Oh,
like
It was
because
just a
every
bit.
kid is most of the kids. Okay, not every kid, but most of the kids. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and then I liked interacting with people. I think I've been an extrovert most of my life.
So,
Yeah.
which is your favorite subject at that stage?
Let's see. I liked science.
Science. Which sciences?
No, like just science. We just had science.
Oh, you guys. Oh, okay. Like there was science. There was science. There was okay. Just science. Ah, nice. And then you progressed really well.
Yeah, to high school.
No.
Oh, we are still in lower primary.
Lower primary.
Take us through this journey.
Okay,
I hope
okay,
it's
okay.
really hard to get
Alright.
that. Our audience who are listening, this is the hardest one. Go
How is
ahead.
lower primary? Because you're mischievous, what activities were you doing in school? Because you were extroverted and social. So I'm sure, what were you doing in lower primary?
Well, one thing I remember is that I broke my hand. I think that's one of the things I've ever.
While doing what?
Well, carrying a baby on my back, and then I slipped, and then I slept on my hand, and then I broke my hand.
This was still while in lower primary.
Class 1.
Plus, you were carrying a baby.
Yeah.
Interesting. So you broke your hand. That must have been annoying because I'm guessing you liked playing. The way you said you had a lot of games.
No, I went back to playing with a thingy on my hand.
The plaster.
Yeah.
Didn't stop you.
That's your sister. Carrying your sister?
No. A random baby. I don't even remember who.
You love babies, right?
No, I was just small. I don't even remember why I carried them. That was a long time ago.
Yeah. Help if you keep saying a long time ago. Now we'll go chronologically. Like, here, this is what happened. The next year, this is what happened. Actually, if you keep saying longer, we'll go even to months and then days, so that we get into that story. Like when was this?
Well, I can't really remember maybe 2000 and something. I can't remember. Maybe I start counting.
Yeah.
Class 1 was 2000 and something.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you finished your KCP, right?
Yeah.
How was that? Like, how did you perform?
Well, I did well. Okay, of course I wanted more marks, but
How many marks did you get?
394.
That's pretty well.
That's good.
Pretty well.
Yeah. I was happy
Yeah.
and sad for the 400, but I was happy.
But if I think about it, you guys did your exams during Matiang'i, right? No.
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 Kaime. Okay, don't.
A bit early.
Kaime. Yeah, it was Kaimeni.
Oh. Who was Kaimenyi? Now you've said Kaimenyi. Who was
Yes,
I see the
education.
guy who was also, Professor Kaimenyi, right? From the University of Nairobi. Yeah,
Well,
before he became a
from-
minister. Yeah, before he became a minister, he was he was a professor.
history.
Yeah, Professor Kaimenyi. Now I remember him actually. Now that I mentioned him. So how was that? Because also I remember to some extent, especially the Matiang'i. The reason I mentioned Matiang'i is during Matiang'i when you get 394,
You've
should be in
done
the
well.
news. Not
Yeah.
done well. You should be in the news. You should
Yeah.
be making to the
Because
paper
grades were choked at that time. The results
for
were,
some reason.
for
Yeah.
both KCSE and KCP, it was
Yes.
drastic.
Really?
We are testimonies.
Yeah. So, but that you did pretty
okay.
well. So, did you decide to go Sentane? Sentane is public or private?
Public.
So you are like invited to join St. Anne's.
Was I? Yeah. No. At first, I was called to Loreto.
Songari?
No,
Limuru.
Kiambu. Kiambu.
Huh?
Yeah. And then now we switched to St. Anne's since.
Why? Oh, St. Anne's is much better than Limuru.
Yeah. I think so.
It is?
Yeah. Yeah, it's better. That I know,
I wish the other Hope was here.
Should have something to say.
Which other Hope?
The one that we hosted yesterday, actually.
I have a namesake.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
She's
really
in
nice.
Jekwa doing, I don't know, rocket stuff,
Telecommunication.
yeah. On the side, she's doing. Now you see Loreto, yeah? She's doing on the side, she's doing robotics. Not robotics, actually. Rocket science or something, yeah.
Okay.
Not rocket science, but rockets. Yeah, she's building rockets.
She was in Loreto, Kiambu.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, she gave us some interesting
Limuru is different
perspective.
from Kiambu.
There is the Loreto Kiambu.
Yeah, and there's Limuru.
Oh, okay. Then I agree with you.
See?
Yeah. Now you see, hope you're limiting the information you're giving us, so you're even concluding things that are not there. So please be as expounding.
Detailed.
Yes.
Okay.
So that-
all right.
So I never knew there is a Loreto in
Story Eco
Kiambu.
University. Hizi
Oh,
zingine nimesahau.
don't
But
worry.
yeah, yeah. Na dig deep
Kwani,
archives.
how many GB?
How is your
How
RAM,
ma-
RAM
RAM,
and ROM?
yeah.
SSD 500. 1 TB.
Me, I remember into details since I was nursery.
Okay.
That's me, of course.
Yeah.
But now, when you tell me, and I know I have an idea when you finished your primary and your nursery and everything. I'm like, nowadays maybe Gen Z is control delete. This one is not giving. Control delete. Control delete. Anyway, so you went to high school. So is it a girls' school or?
Yeah, it's a girls' school.
Yeah.
High school was very tough.
Day one.
The worst. I cried my
Why
tears
did you
out.
cry?
My mom was leaving.
Oh, wow. You had never been in boarding before.
I was, but
But this is high school.
yeah. There are bullies. There are
Oh, you got moralized.
not really. It was illegal in my school,
But you
but
thought.
they thought, yeah, they thought that should happen. That was the sickest.
Can you guys get traumatized by the thought that someone is going to moralize you?
Plus, you're alone. You don't know anyone.
But even if you're alone, you're several of you. Right? The form ones are
You're
one
still
minute, right?
alone because you don't know them.
Okay.
Yeah, and you have your bed 3x6.
3 by?
6.
Say that again. 3 by 6. You guys used to have 3 by 6.
Yeah, like the smallest beds.
I think there are 2 or something. No?
2.5.
Yeah, 2 and
Really?
a half. Yeah,
The high school, the normal high standard.
3
high
by
school
6
bed.
bed is a good bed.
It's not the high school one.
I'm like,
No, I disagree.
oh, really?
It was a small one.
Oh, the 2 by something. Actually, I
Yeah.
thought even it's 2.
Oh,
2 by
hey.
6 or something.
Thank you.
Like if you turn
You're
very
out of
fast,
the
you might find yourself out of bed.
floor. The floor.
Yeah. So yeah. So you guys didn't get monolized, right?
No, it was illegal.
Of course, it is illegal. Everywhere it is illegal, but do you get monolized?
I think my biggest issue was people stealing your things. That was the worst.
What I was telling these guys,
That
and they
was
could
the
not
worst.
relate. I told them when I went to Form 1, guys looked at us like the new bill. The new bill has arrived. You
Fresh
know what guys are saying that
shopping.
India, bill ya leo, what do you say?
Bill mpya.
Bill, yeah.
Camera.
No. There's a saying that is going around with the the new generation about hii ni imebaki ama saying it. Now that I want
to relate.
this, yeah. So, but the point is, when they saw the form ones, they knew that the new shirts have arrived.
The new mattresses.
You guys even
You
lost
the
your
new
mattresses?
buckets.
A new bucket.
Everything. So they take and they give you the old ones, or how does it work?
You're left stranded.
So you have to find your way. And it's taken live.
No. Like you'll go to class, when you come back, it's not there.
So
where do you sleep?
yeah. If I went in the morning, my bed was made. I come back, my bed sheets are just.
And the way form ones make their bed really well.
Yeah. You'll just go and ask for, like, you go and ask the mattress. Then you'll be given a very old one. But I never lost mine. I just saw others experience.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that gives me a different perspective about you. Why didn't you lose one?
Not everyone was being stolen from. Yeah.
But the ones who lost, what was the? There's a profile. Maybe like, that's all.
A common underlying
I
factor.
think if the thief is in your house, they're gonna steal yours.
Your house was a bit displayed.
Okay, we didn't have as much,
Cases.
as the other houses.
Makes sense. So
Yeah.
what did you lose?
My shoes, my white canvas shoes.
Wow.
And then
remember
and
that.
also my slippers, my clothes.
Day 1, day 2, week 1, week 2.
Week 2, around week 2.
And you never saw them again?
No, you see a Form 4 wearing them and they're just walking and you're like, you can't even ask for your shoes.
You just say, okay, Imenda.
Does
it have like your admission number so you see them moving with your number?
but they'll go wash it. Like you'll just see your green
It's
marker
written,
pen. But
You just know that's mine.
that's
but,
mine. Yeah.
But there
It's
it
gone.
is.
High school.
You wait until you get to Form 4.
And take someone else's.
Or you guys even didn't wait for Form 4. Form 2 is enough. You have suffered
Form 1,
enough.
second
You
term.
Form 1s. We passed through the hell.
No. Okay, if you I didn't want to steal. I can't wear somebody else's clothes.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can steal. Like I didn't revenge. I was like, it's okay, you just wear.
Have it. Okay. So you didn't start being kind after university, in the university? Started
Nursery.
nursery. Like you could come with lunch and, feed
Share.
everyone.
Yeah, like if you don't have.
Nice. I think maybe there's a clap there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So, here you were taught how many subjects in high school? Did you find that really, education-wise, did you find it a bit new?
The transition.
Yeah.
Well, high school was okay. I'd say I enjoyed some subjects, and others were just a load. Okay, like I admire the other system. Like in US, they have a very nice system where you specialize early. As for us, you just have a lot to do, and you get to specialize when you get to university.
Please tell us a bit about US.
Okay,
You have that.
like I feel like the system cultures you to do more voluntary stuff. You get to choose if you're a STEM person, an arts person. Yeah, you get to like know what you love earlier. As for us, you're just there studying every other subject. 14 subjects, then you drop, you have 8, which I think you should just have 4 at most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what if you are given a chance at that point and you're told select 4? Which one would you select?
Which one?
Oh, for me, I enjoyed sciences. I loved computer. I still did it. I did computer. I'd do English because I loved English. I'd do mathematics and maybe one easy subject. Which one was easy?
But sciences are 3 of them, right?
Yeah, there are 3.
Those are more than 4 already.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Because
far, you
there's
said 3. You said math,
Sciences.
computer, and English.
and sciences.
No, and just one science. Physics.
Yeah, physics, just physics.
Yeah.
Okay.
The rest, Kiswahili, read books.
So that when you
For
go
the
to
arts,
course,
for the
you're not confused.
Yeah.
What is happening around you? You guys are speaking nice, but I can't understand. Like
No.
the guys who go to school nowadays, and by that thing, actually, I feel like our culture is taken away because I feel like Swahili is the widely spoken language in Africa after English. And guys nowadays goes to, sorry, no offense about group of schools, go to group of schools. As much as they're learning Swahili, they are more inclined towards English. Like someone actually can speak Swahili, like the normal Swahili that anyone could speak. But I don't know if people decide to be like that, or it's the curriculum that actually inclines them more to speak more English.
It's the curriculum.
Yeah, because the system already teaches all other languages in English. So you don't expect a student to become very fluent in Swahili, yet they only learn it one lesson per day. And English, they interact with it in all the other lessons. So I think somehow how the curriculum is set up, you're bent to know more English whether you wanted to or not.
Yeah, plus like in our school, if you spoke in Kiswahili, you're given a disc. Imagine. So
What is a disc?
it's this, okay, in our school, it was, you see this last thing in the tissue? Yeah, it's written, I am a Kiswahili speaker.
Oh,
And then
so
a
it's
rope
like
is
meant
tied.
to shame you.
Yeah.
Yeah. How was that? You guys like experienced that?
Yeah, we had that. Though we had Kiswahili days where you'd get the disc if you spoke in English, then we had English days where you get. But the Kiswahili days, it was one Kiswahili day and 4 English days in a week.
Ours was English 24/7.
Poleni. So this is what used to happen. You guys even I didn't know what is a disc. The moment you say disc, I thought about the
Hard disk.
DVDs and CDs. I'm like, disc. So we used to get what we used to call I don't know, it's Monto or Monto or something.
Monto.
But used to be a bone, right? So, boys being boys, you have to devise ways not to get them onto. It's not good for a boy to get a monto. It's not good to traumatize a young boy. So if you gave me a monto, or I never got a monto though, but I'm saying it with all humbleness. But there are guys who you could not give the monto because they'll beat you up. Seriously, like you can't. How? I can speak whatever I want to speak. And if you go and report them, yes, they'll get caned. But of course, after school, we will meet.
They know where to find you.
No, we are going home together. Not even know where to find you. Unless you
run away.
disappear. Yeah? So I feel like all that experience is not good. I'm not against, punishment and discipline and all that, but there are better ways.
Yeah.
Right? And I think also we grow with that shame to some extent. Like, even right now, when you don't speak so much English, people will treat you some type of way. Like, if your English doesn't sound with some accent and all that, then people will be like, And this actually goes even beyond Kenya, for your information, even beyond Africa. So I feel like language should be language, but it should not feel like because you don't know certain language, and this actually I learned late in life, that you should feel ashamed, right? Because I'm seated here and I'm thinking, okay, people who don't speak Swahili, it's not their native language outside Africa, do they really get punished because they can't speak Swahili? Most probably not. So even they don't care. And you hear them speak Swahili, you're like, what? You're murdering this language. But do they care? No. I'm not saying English or French or German or whichever language is not good. All I'm saying is that all languages should be given same respect, for the reason that some of us actually, if we don't know our mother tongue, would we even survive as children? Most probably not. Because that's where we start, right? You learn your mother tongue and then you're taught your mother tongue is bad. Yeah, so when you guys mentioned that, I thought maybe I should share that piece of information. Yeah, yeah. So did you get this disc?
Well, yeah.
Most of the time?
Well, I think you'll always forget and just use in other language.
Yeah. Especially when you're missing that word. And
Yeah.
it's not your native
Even now I
language
know I've
anyway,
used
so-
Kiswahili somewhere.
Yeah. And it's okay. It's fine. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So did it lead you to love more English than, Swahili to some extent?
Yes, I'd say.
Subconsciously, like, if I don't speak English, like what Sylvia actually says subconsciously, like, all the languages are taught in English. That is ingrained in you. Like, if I don't learn English, then I might even fail all these other subjects, right? Yeah. I hope it was different. For me, I hope education, and this is my hope, this is my personal opinion. like education, any subject should be fun enough that I would love to learn it
True.
or do it. The same way people do software, and it's hard. Software is not easy. Proper software engineering is not easy. But when you see something work, oh my goodness.
It's worth it.
You like, it was really worth it, right? It's not easy, but you're not punished for not doing it. Because at the end of the day, anything that you do, and we'll talk about that more when you get to the fun part of the university, I see you are anxious
About
to get there.
Yeah.
No, we'll take you there. Is that you find that some things don't work when you want them to work. And it's fine. It's fine. But if you're patient enough and you're consistent enough, they eventually work. Anything that anyone thinks it's hard, it eventually works. So please, take us to Form 2.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
How was that? You can just give us the best and the worst part.
The best part is making friends
Now you have started familiarizing
with
yourself
people. Yeah, and now you're at least not alone as much as you are in Form 1. And also, okay, I think you now know what you like and what you don't like in terms of subjects.
Yeah.
That was a nice part.
Yeah.
Apart from the routine being so harsh.
When did you used to wake up?
Okay, you should be in class by 5:30. Then you'll go sleep at 11.
Oh. What are you doing between 7 and 11 in the evening?
Preps.
Are there teachers coming to teach or just
That was
self-learning?
introduced later. But 7 to,
So this is the whole school, Form 1 to Form 4, 5:30 to 11, same routine.
Yeah, but if you're in Form 2 and Form 1, you can go sleep at 9.
Okay.
If you choose to.
Yeah, if you choose to.
But if you want to learn more,
more.
it's allowed.
Yeah, it's allowed.
But Form 3 and Form 4,
Compulsory.
you should not love sleep.
Yeah.
Neither should sleep
how-
love you. Whatever that means.
But rest is important.
The what?
Rest, yeah.
Oh, so you feel like you guys are overstretching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was this even for the weekends?
Yeah. Pretty much the same thing. Just that Saturday you will go for enter instead of.
Studying. Yeah. And guys will sneak from school.
No.
No one sneaked.
If they did, we didn't know.
Oh, throughout your 4
Did it
years.
well.
Then that's a good school. Did you guys like get everything in school and stuff like that?
No, we didn't have snacks. That pains. I hope they change that.
You love
very.
snacks,
if
right?
you're in St. Anne's,
Yeah.
you're a teacher, advise them to add snacks. It's unfair that you just eat bread and normal food. We should have something
Like what did you guys eat?
What was the menu?
the menu, the
On a
normal
normal
bread
day.
in the morning, and that bread was never enough. If you miss blocks,
Okay.
yeah, blocks,
Half, quarter?
quarter,
Okay.
very tiny.
Okay.
Uh,
Not quarter of the quarter. That gives me some ideas about your chefs. Like, you have to make money. This quarter should not be quarter.
An eighth quarter.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and then like ugali, githeri, always 24/7.
Lunch. This is lunch.
No, this is supper. Supper was actually githeri from Monday to Monday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Lunch, ugali.
Ugali or rice. Now they alternate between the
You
two.
eat ugali during lunch.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's
With
very
one piece of meat and cabbage and a lot
A
of
big
water.
one though, right?
Yeah.
A big chunk of meat.
Was it big? Okay.
It should be.
It was tiny. It was not so big. Yeah.
But it was not small.
A chunk of meat.
Just one.
Yeah.
Just one. Yeah.
There was no special day like when you could do maybe rice and,
Chicken, pilau.
You guys used to do chicken pilau?
No, I'm asking.
Okay.
Oh,
No, it
I've
would
been
be interesting,
wondering.
actually.
Chicken pla-
Yeah.
No. Okay, maybe during when the board chairman came and he spoils the school, we'd eat smoky for breakfast. Just one morning.
Okay.
That one morning when you have
Not
the
even
meeting.
sausage smoking.
Yeah.
Guys, you can hear Gen Zs.
No.
Lunchtime?
No. That was just once. The normal is
No, it's
bread.
fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Lunchtime?
Normal. That's just the
I thought maybe
breakfast.
lunchtime
That's
is
just
pizza.
breakfast.
The treat was only for breakfast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. And
Because
that's it.
by 1 they're out of that place. This place people are eating githeri.
Yeah.
Should not be staying around here.
Githeri and bivalves.
Oh, you guys had proteins.
Very nutritious ones. They were floating.
No wonder.
Yeah.
I had
Top
some,
layer.
I had some personal questions, but
No,
now I get my answers. You know, yeah, those things actually contribute to a lot of things.
Nah.
Behind the scene. Have you ever had that?
No.
Oh, yeah. It's a story that you used to have in boys' school, so you might maybe be overthinking.
That doesn't.
Because that's why they neutralize it with paraffin. You guys used to. They used to like
Hidden
some-
secrets. We don't know. That I don't
But
know.
we could smell it ourselves. We could smell it. Maybe it's for boys only. Yeah,
Probs.
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. Hope felt attacked. No, so this is the way actually you guys like did it throughout there. But now I'm thinking about it a bit. Even if they added maybe snacks. Snacks is like popcorns and
Crisps,
Yeah.
cereals.
Canteen. At least a canteen. Our school didn't have a canteen.
No canteen,
Whoa.
no snacks.
Yeah, no canteen, no
you
snacks.
guys have had like clubs, music, drama,
No.
scouts.
Okay, clubs, yes.
But these are the guys who run the canteen from the school I went to.
No.
They were not that creative.
No. Maybe they added.
Maybe
Maybe,
I was
the
in
new
Abuja
people
school.
have.
For once, I feel like I was in Abuja
seems.
school. Because we used to run that, and then the profit used to run rather than
The club.
every time you're asking people to contribute to go to that, it's called that Baden Powell, something like that.
Baden Powell, yes.
Or
Scouts.
maybe we want costume for music festival and drama. Okay. The catch is I introduced most of those things when I joined the school
You're the one who introduced.
and some few other characters. But when I tell that story one day, you know it was not easy. And when I finished school, that
They
was
all died.
finished. It was done. It was done. So interesting is that he used to run the canteen, and then the profit proceeds used to support the clubs, and they used to be really awesome because we could really manage most of the affairs. Even we used to pay patrons. Can you imagine that? Our teachers, we pay them through the business.
Canteen.
And I feel like it gives people some entrepreneurial acumen.
Yeah. So it's a good
does.
endeavor.
Yeah. So when a high school teacher who is listening, don't allow people to run some of these
Exactly.
things, because not only do they expose them to like management, discipline, how to deal with because there are people who are not really straightforward when they run the canteen. So when you did the books, you could always find this guy is not coming in this canteen anytime soon. He's our member, we love them, but with money we don't. So there are those things, and then it also shows people how to create opportunities, because these guys, we could give them feedback like, don't bring only breads. If you bring mandazis, we could buy. If you bring maybe crepes, we could buy. But we didn't really overstretch, because also when you talk about crepes, you could not get them at wholesale price. And then also there's some things actually that could really go out of hand, honestly, but we try to mix and match. Yeah. St. Anne's, you're listening, eh? These
are
Hopes.
ideas.
I'm speaking on behalf of Hope. On behalf of 1,000 or million others.
Others.
Yeah. So that's something that I maybe thought I should ask, even if we had these snacks. And you're still eating githeri. It didn't make sense, did it?
It does. It supplements.
Like you guys will stop eating githeri and start eating snacks.
No. We'll still eat githeri.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Other schools had, so
Yeah.
we could have.
There's another school I was in by the now that you're talking. And we used to have a lot of githeri with weevils. Weevils are proper proteins in our school that make someone survive and get what fish provides. Omega-5. So, luckily, we used to be in a village where people plant avocados.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Hey, that's lucky.
So we used, when I tell my story, I don't know, maybe I should anticipate people. I feel like I should tell half of it, or a quarter, or maybe something. So we used to actually have guys bring those avocados, and then sometimes they're not ripe, sometimes they're ripe. So if they're not ripe, we do the thing of ripening them. And we are learning chemistry, so we knew what to do.
Application.
When to do it, yeah. So polythene, we know it has some chemical that actually ripens anything in a proper way. The polythene, that's why when you put something on a polythene paper, it ripens even
Quicker.
but also people in this Nairobi. When I came to Nairobi, I was not born in Nairobi myself. So I realized people actually fast track that process by adding proper chemicals to fruits. So these are hack. So guys, if you see a fruit that is evenly looking in color,
Just
avoid.
too good to be true.
Avoid with all means. There's that process. I hope Grandma's here to tell me. There's a process actually that is done in an industry standard to cater for that. But now you see when someone is doing it off the industry, they don't even the balancing of that and the quantity and everything. So you may end up consuming a lot of chemical in your body. So a proper ripened fruit should not be even in color. It should have some black spots here and there. And even when it goes bad, it should go bad evenly. Not rotting in one place and then the other place is rotting.
Not even ripe.
Even it doesn't look real. Yeah. But that's story for another day. So you get to Form 3.
Well,
and you realize that you have to choose some subjects. 8 of them, you said.
yeah. And I choose computer because I love.
So you started computer from Form 1.
Yeah, From Form 1, it was a compulsory subject. And then now in Form 2, third term, you choose your subjects. Yeah, so I chose computer studies and 3 sciences. Yeah.
Okay.
Computer, 3 sciences, and 2 humanities or another technical?
Just 1 humanity. No, I didn't even take a humanity. No, I didn't do it. Okay, I just did theory.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Theory is not humanity, it's religious, huh?
No, it's humanity.
Humanity. Okay.
Geography, history, and theory. So one of those, and then 1 technical, computer, 3 sciences, and the 3 compulsory.
Yeah.
8 subjects.
Yeah.
Yeah. How was that? Did you like breathe the sigh moment?
Yeah, it was definitely better.
Yeah.
The load
And you loved
of,
them.
Yes. I particularly enjoyed my Form 4 KCSE project. Yeah.
What project
Which
did you do?
We did an election system.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
For computer?
Yeah.
Which
They had
language?
good
Of course, MS Access.
Okay. I thought you'd tell me JavaScript. I'm like,
No, we just knew Pascal.
Sentan, when are we doing the hackathon? when are we doing the hackathon? Yeah. Because that would be really... But the F4C where high school people do some proper projects. Yeah. But I feel like this MS thing is too... I think like people are being... Because if someone is doing at 7-8 years old, they are building proper systems in Ukraine or some place in Russia.
Yeah.
We're doing MS Access and the other one is Studio something.
Word, Excel,
Visual,
Access.
yeah.
In high school, you
No,
haven't
just
even seen.
Oh, there's no
Visual
Visual
Studio.
It's
or-
just the package.
My buddy
Visual
actually,
Basic, you
my
haven't
buddy, co-founder of FinPlus did Visual Basic.
Yeah. So that's
in
how
high
they-
school.
Yes.
If
And they did a
had the
project.
exposure. If they had the exposure, that's very good. But standard
Okay.
public in high
It's
schools,
just MS one.
It's MS.
Microsoft Suite.
Yeah.
Suite.
the most you go
nice.
where you feel like a UX designer, you've done publisher,
Yeah. Publisher is
Umefika.
crazy.
magazine cover,
You are the
Ay, ay,
designer
ay, ay.
of designers.
UI UX.
When you finish your KCS, you are like,
Yes.
you guys are good.
Call me for your gigs. Eh?
You
Do you need a poster?
There
It's
we
just
the poster.
3K.
Yeah.
You know? We can talk.
and
Me, I
kill.
saw some of those things in university. So, not that we didn't have computers, but they're not really good. People used to go and play ping pong.
Road
Found it
Rush.
most of my time. Yeah,
Road Rush. That's
no,
famous.
they were not that powerful. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like feature phone. So
Go
you know
play.
ping pong, right?
That's the game
Just
with
it's-
No,
the,
I know the table tennis.
Okay, not ping pong. Ping pong.
the
It's a
one
game
for
that
pool
actually
table.
hits
Yeah.
corners of the screen of a computer. What's the name of that? So it's ping pong.
The pool table, the one
I don't know.
with a ball, you move it, then it's hit by things as it moves around.
I feel like that's the game, but
The default game, yeah. It was a default one in
Yeah,
any
it's great.
computer.
And then it's slow. Even in that machine, it's slow. So I'm like,
It's loading.
I loved engineering from
2
like
MB.
day zero, but I'm like, should I really spend time there? And me, I love anything I do should be fun. Otherwise, doesn't really make that sense. I get bored so quick though, so that's the reason. Yeah. So you did your project that you loved. And
It was
this system
challenging,
work?
but nice. It was a nice challenge.
Yeah. Were you building it alone or?
Yeah, you do it alone. Yeah, and then the teacher supervises you, and then it's submitted to NEC.
Oh, but they like grade it and then it's like agriculture project. Did you do agriculture?
I did computer.
Oh, nice.
I wish that option was there for us.
Oops.
Ah. But anyway,
You're here.
Yeah, that's what matters. So that means you aced it, right?
Yeah. Yes.
That was one of the A's.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yes.
Then how was others? Like math, sciences?
I also liked them. Not that it was so easy to ace. You also had to read, spend some time. Yeah. Like it was not a walk in the park. You also had to do a fair share of the work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you didn't do bad. So what
Yeah,
did you do?
I did well. Yeah, I did well. And then now I went to KC University.
Yeah. Jose, I see you've joined. Welcome. You can hear how much trouble we have here in terms of question and answers. Doing well. What is doing well?
Doing well is okay. I got
It's KCA doing well. Definition of doing well is KCA. Like you made it to KCA, that's what I mean.
to do software engineering, something I liked.
Nice. Now this is where the fun starts.
But that is where we could have started.
Take us through.
Action.
No, because we don't assume that you started from university. That's
Oh.
yeah, and there are people who have seated there who don't even like universities. You see the same way you're saying, in US people are like doing some crazy stuff, but you choose what you want to do. There are people who choose, I want to be a software engineer. Why can't I start coding and forget about the rest? Yeah, they do well. Yeah. So that's why we don't assume everyone started from the university.
Okay, all right. Yeah. Okay, so I started at KCA.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so I joined.
Tell us about KCA. I know KCA as a Kenya something accounting.
Yeah, Kenya College of Accountancy. But right now it's now KCA University.
So it's KCAU.
Yeah, KCAU.
KCAU.
Yeah, it's not KCAU. Yeah, it was chartered as
university. So you joined KCA University. How is that process like? Do you just show up? Do you go pay school fee? Do you just go to lecture halls? How is that orientation like? For the first few weeks, or does it take weeks? I've never been to KCA.
You receive the invite letter.
Yes.
Then after that, you go to the school. You pay the registration. They give you an
At the
administration.
school or at the bank?
School. Okay, you'll pay via M-Pesa or the bank. There are two ways. Yeah, we have two options.
I ask you, how much is the school fee there that you're paying using M-Pesa?
Well,
Now that you think about it,
M-Pesa
right now I know you can. Right
yeah.
now I know, but
Back
since you told us, back in the day, I'm like, this
it's
thing.
not. Okay, they.
I'm assuming when we went to KCA University,
Uh-huh.
the limit for M-Pesa was 150.
No, it was 300.
300?
29999.
Now I have another answer that
okay.
you're doing. Yes.
Really?
Yeah, but you're still in school, so it's not a surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you pay and then now you join school. Okay, I joined the September intake, and being in software engineering, I was excited. I didn't know what to expect. Yeah, and then now my journey in tech began.
You didn't feel alone?
No, not as. Oh, and we also had. It was during Corona, so not many people.
So you never even
online.
reported?
No, you just go to get the registration.
And then you go back home?
Yeah, because it's online.
And then you buy a laptop and internet?
Yeah.
You guys never showed up for classes?
We did online.
Oh, they were all virtual when you started.
Yeah.
All the classes.
There are no people who reported without laptops or,
There are. Like if you didn't have, well, you'd share, and you also have labs. Computer labs.
Okay. So you could just go to school and attend them virtually? Oh, okay.
No? Okay, if you didn't have, you'd defer to January.
Oh, there was that option?
Yeah.
Okay. January people came back or?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
So that should be 2021 or something.
2020. Then, yeah.
2021. January 2021. We defer to
Yes,
January
yes,
2021.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And then then I think one thing I enjoyed was the events that tech had. The first event I attended was MongoDB. Yeah, and it was in iHub. Then later there was the Atlassian event. So
This is in first year still?
yeah, first year. That's in first, like the first holiday.
First
How was that experience with MongoDB?
At first it was confusing because you don't know anything. You just
You're floating through.
yeah, you're like.
But
"So
I
what's
think the
MongoDB?"
presenter asked you guys, do you have any questions?
Well, you wouldn't have a question to ask since you don't know anything about.
But you could
MongoDB.
raise up your hand like, I'm lost. Please explain a bit like why this is happening, or why. Of course, MongoDB takes a document approach rather than a DB approach, where whereby you have tables and all that,
Yeah.
or relational table. So you could have said, this is new to me. Please explain a bit about documents, storing data as documents.
Well, I was very new to tech.
The reason I'm asking this is because I know there is another Hope, even in 2057 at KC or whatever, who will come to a community. I think then community will be pretty good, like very good. Even right now, they're really good. When I started, by the way, there was no communities. Okay, maybe we are not giving people context here. So this event that Hope has mentioned were hosted by yours truly, myself. And the reason why I started communities back in 2010 or thereabout is because there was nothing much going on with that. It was just IAB was just starting, and most of the guys there were senior engineers who were working for an IT group, which is now Zuku. I don't want to say Zuku loud. Zuku. And maybe Safaricom, or the companies that were there back in the day. And so for me, I asked myself, I'm imagining this person who came in and they are looking for knowledge where they can sit down and say, I don't know this, maybe you know that, and then we can exchange that knowledge. But I'm assuming right now, even in 2050, there's someone who will go to the community, but they look like everyone knows everything, but they don't know it, but they just sit and
Relax.
yeah. So I would encourage guys, like, just as much as you're not asking something that's really obvious, because there's some obvious questions, but there's no obvious question. Because when you think about it, maybe you don't know. Then you'll be able to actually fast track that journey. That's why I was asking that. But for you, you're just like, what should I ask?
Yeah. Okay. Like, you'd ask a wrong question, maybe. I think the fear is, what if I ask something that's not even related to whatever he's talking about? So the first event is pretty like confused. You don't know what to expect. You don't know what they're doing. You're just there to watch and listen to people. Yeah. So that was my first event, and then I joined the Atlassian community. And then it was a very vibrant community. I'd say that was my
Still
first.
is.
Oh, sorry. It is a very vibrant community, tech community. Yeah, where you talk about very various tools that Atlassian has, like Jira, Trello, Bitbucket. Yeah, all those. The first meetup, of course, you won't know what they're about. When you attend the second one, then you get, okay, no, it's about this. And then the third one, you're like, okay, now I'm getting a hang of it.
Yeah.
And then now, as you continue to attend the events, you'll just...
They make sense.
Yeah, they'll be like, no, I enjoy this. Now this is my place.
Oh, you found like Atlassian is your place. I love to.
Yeah, sure.
So do you use some of those tools nowadays?
Yes, I love
Which
Trello
one? Oh, Trello. Yeah.
and Bitbucket. I also use GitHub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you love Bitbucket. Why don't you use Bitbucket?
Because most people will send you invites via GitHub. So
GitHub is just more popular,
yeah.
but you prefer Bitbucket.
I love both.
Politically correct answer. You love both.
But you can actually use, if someone sends you a GitHub repo, you can still do your thing on Bitbucket. You know that, right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Even GitLab, you can actually use GitLab. If someone sends you some Bitbucket, can do your thing on GitLab and still merge or do whatever it is. They're all the same actually.
They're
They
all
use
version
Git
controls.
technology, which is basically all the same.
Yeah.
But of course, Bitbucket adds a couple of things on top of it because it's more corporate. It's more like if you're a really serious software engineer, you would go with Bitbucket. But it doesn't break a bone even to use GitHub or GitLab. But most corporate code sits on Bitbucket because it's proprietary code. Yeah. But GitHub is synonymous with the open source, and that's when it's easy to flow with it. Yeah. So Bitbucket had some Mercurial, fisheye stuff, Bamboo, where now you talk about CI/CD and stuff like that. Yeah, but I'm glad to hear you love Bitbucket. So what do you love about Bitbucket?
Okay, I think I've just used it on one project, and I think I just like that we could collaborate. Actually, before meeting GitHub, I met Bitbucket, and then I was told there's also GitHub. Yeah,
So it's where you started.
yeah.
So
Then
this is first year, right?
yeah, this is first year.
So did you start building projects around Bitbucket, GitHub?
Yeah, I volunteered for a startup. Yeah, it was something to do with medicine. Yeah. So we were building an application and all the devs there were using Bitbucket. So that's why, I didn't know anything about Git. So I was told, go and install Git bash on your laptop. And I'm like, what is it for? Yeah, and then now I came to realize, okay, we are going to collaborate using Bitbucket. Yeah, that's, yeah.
So it sounds like you love to be thrown on the deep end and then find your way, right?
Yeah, yes, that's the best way to learn.
Yeah. So when you went out and found out Git, Bitbucket, how was that experience? Do you research, look for documentation? How was that? Or tutorial, video tutorial? I don't know.
Google. You just ask what is Git bash, then you write download Git bash, and then and also tutorials. Yeah.
That means you're using a Windows PC or something.
OS yeah.
Why didn't you just install Linux?
Well, there's this disparity when people say Ubuntu people and Windows. Well, I'm more into designing.
Okay.
So
you can't take away Windows from it.
Yeah.
You love design.
Love design.
Are you a good designer?
Yes. Okay. People say I am.
Someone says that it's debatable.
No, people actually say I'm good at what I do.
I didn't know that side of you. I hear you are UX, UI, kind of person, but I never.
Yeah, I have a portfolio.
Yeah.
Of projects I've done. Yeah.
Please send to me after this, or maybe later.
Yeah, sure.
I would love to see
will.
that. Because even in Nairobi, and I don't know if I was telling Sylvia and the team that if you look for really good designers in this country,
It's difficult.
it's really hard.
Really?
Yeah, it's really hard. And when I see someone like you who's really interested in design,
Yeah.
even the person who I know is really good in design, we started from nothing actually, and now he's doing really well. So rarely do I meet good designers in this ecosystem. But I know a couple of guys, either they are too senior, or outliers. Yeah, and they're not many. So it's a good field to explore.
Yeah.
I know there's so many people who can, do a poster on Canva and think they're designers. I hope you're not that kind.
No, I actually
Proper
use
design.
Figma.
Oh, nice. Oh,
Yes.
Figma. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So,
Yeah.
Hope,
Yes.
how was I'm waiting for that exciting KCA.
Yeah, okay.
Story.
So the exciting part starts when I applied to become a Moringa campus ambassador.
This is in which year?
During my long holiday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was in second year.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, when I got accepted, my role was to be an ambassador of the brand Moringa to my school, KCA. And I was really excited.
Yeah.
So once joining, one thing that was very, very exciting for me is that I was with 4th years, 5th years, and I was like, wow, I'm just the only second year here. And yeah, all of them helped me grow. Yeah, and I'd say like with all the different tech communities I belong to is because I've known people from the Moringa Campus Ambassador community. Yeah.
Did you go to Moringa yourself?
No. I've not yet studied there.
What did you love about Moringa?
I love the courses. I love that the devs that come out from there are very skilled. Yeah.
Okay. The first person who I've met who says that.
Yeah. They're very, very skilled. Yeah, and it's a nice school.
Yeah. Moringa, when it was started, was a really interesting story. But I'll bring the initial co-founders of Moringa in this podcast. Yeah.
Audrey.
There are more. This is just Audrey. Audrey is the one who is known. And I don't know if she is around anymore. But anyway, I'll try and bring one. They have their own story, so I'll love them to tell it. Because also, as long as it might not sound so, rosy, not startup story that is rosy, by the way, especially in Africa. People could learn a lot of things from those stories. Some of them are people actually we have worked closely with in the community aspect, and they're really good, really good. And it's good to see also Moringa still thrive even today.
Yeah,
something good. Yeah. Are you still Moringa ambassador?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, most of people know you from that.
Yes.
You really did it well.
Yeah, I did it well, and I still do it well.
Give us tips. You're trying to.
Of course, I'll share as they go on. So once I joined, I met very great people who introduced me to communities. Like my friend called Brenda, she was very active in going for tech events like PyCon. So when I had PyCon at first, I was like, what is that? And what do you guys do there? I really didn't have any idea.
Yeah.
And then she knew and she was like, okay, I can show you. Then she showed me the Microsoft Ambassador program.
Yeah.
And I really got to learn. And now I know very many communities.
So what would you say really community contributes to, someone who is really starting this, someone who is already ongoing, and someone who actually already, they are good at what they do because they contribute differently to different.
Yeah, I'd say one thing about communities is that you'll go there as a newbie or as a novice and you don't know anything about anything in tech. And then now like when you're in first year, you just think tech is web development, websites and all that. Now when you go to tech events, you're like, okay, now we have AI. Okay, we have product designers. We have those who do backend. There's front end. There's like so many categories in tech, and now you're like exposed to different people. You actually meet someone working in Microsoft, in Google, someone working for the big tech companies, others are working for startups. And like when you're at home, you wouldn't meet these people. Just when you attend these tech events, that's when you get to see and meet them and just hear about their journey. Yeah.
So you're saying also it's good for networking. And also I've seen people share job opportunities in some of these events, as well as, gigs. Someone is working on a project, they need maybe a designer or they need someone to do front end. Yeah. So you would say someone, rather than spending a weekend, hanging out. I don't know, what do people do? For me, unfortunately, I don't know how it is to, spend a weekend
not doing tech.
Yeah, like if I'm not spending time with the community, I'm attending an event for real. Until this year. This is when actually, even this year actually to some extent I've not had the weekend. What do people do?
In university?
Anywhere.
Oh.
Yeah. Because even there are people who have completed university and they're in tech, but you never see them in the community.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sherehe. Sherehe means party.
So you go to a party and then the whole day you spend sleeping. Oh.
Okay, I don't know what. Okay. Yeah. And then what else do people do?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
So you also spend your weekends in...
Mostly, I love spending time in tech communities.
Yeah. and I feel like I learn a ton in the communities. Also, I meet interesting people. And the conversations there are quite exciting, I would say. Yeah. Actually, it's just something that I'm thinking right now. Like, what do people... And I think I've ever asked this one, like one or two times in the community, like, you guys, when you're not here, what do you do? Because of course, even when you're meeting, even if I spend all the weekends with the community, either I'm in Nairobi or somewhere else, so people in Nairobi, I'm sure,
are doing something
else. Doing something else. So it's a question that I'm thinking about. But yeah, so if community is really fun, first day you feel like, I don't know anyone.
I don't belong here.
Like, what should I say? How should I introduce myself? People are introducing themselves as co-founders. You're like,
CTO.
or CTOs, or of course there are people who give themselves titles, but they are proper CTOs. There are people who are senior software engineers somewhere, people working for Microsoft and whatnot. So that should not scare you, because one day most of those people are, where you are. This is a matter of saying, hi, I'm so-and-so, I'm starting up, And by the way, some of these senior people love people who are starting up, because when you have knowledge, okay, everyone is not the same. I'm not assuming everyone is the same. But when you have knowledge and you're part of a community, most people want to share. Most people want to see someone else grow.
Yeah.
So until you say something, people also will not say anything. So try to engage. Don't over-engage, of course. Just engage the right amount, like, introduce yourself, try to share something fun. And then from that point, you might exchange contacts, you might know each other, and then things start from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'd attribute most of the contracts I've done, I'd attribute them to meeting people in the tech ecosystem.
Yeah.
And also the friends I have. Yes, I think choosing your circle is the most important thing, especially in university. I have very great friends who challenge me to become a better person every time.
Yeah.
So even those times you don't feel like going for that tech event, you have someone who will tell you, you know what, let's just go see what will happen. And I think, because you always don't feel like going, because it's not all fun and games. You also get to learn, so it's tedious. So having someone to remind you, you know what, you just come, you'll learn something, you don't go back home the same. That has also been very important.
So the same way someone will tell you, sherehe leo ni Kiambu Road. It's the same way, okay, Kiambu Road is where now the sherehe happens. So the guys who are not familiar with the Nairobi culture, there's this analogy that certain routes or certain places will be the place to go for. When you go to Uganda or Rwanda but I don't know, maybe I'm assuming, but you go to Tanzania, there are specific places since, I don't know, maybe 90s. That's where clubs are. That's where, sherehe happens. But in Nairobi, it's peculiar. Even with the mats is matatus or public transport. There are routes that, this year or this couple of years, is the route that they have the nicest, beautiful matatus. Same way with clubs. So there was a time CBD was a place to go. There was a time Westlands, where we are right now, was a place to come. There was a time Gong Road was things used to happen there. Then there was a time Mombasa Road used to be the place to be. Recently, Thika Road was the place to be. Recently, not even a long time ago, especially during Corona. That's where the parties used to happen. Right now, it's Kiambu Road, right?
I didn't even know.
Yeah, I mean, that's the
moves,
case. I'm not that I'm a sherehe guy, but of course I keep myself updated so that whenever I need to do a sherehe, which I don't know, and I'll do it. But ideally, it's a peculiar culture. And the reason why I'm talking about this, which I think is out of scope, is that when you're doing software engineering, it's a science and it's also the art. And you have to understand certain patterns in certain areas. I'll give you an example. Look at Facebook or TikTok. They are both social media, or even Twitter, but they address different market segments.
Yeah.
Even the advertisers there, you'll find there are certain advertisers who advertise on Twitter
But
and not Facebook or not TikTok. I don't know if TikTok is supporting advertisement yet. The others who will just advertise on Spotify. right?
Yeah.
So the same way you need to understand because also entertainment is a big thing in software engineering. Yeah, this is what they call multimedia, like a unit, a big unit actually can do a project around it. So you need to understand those patterns. Music itself is a software as you speak. Because right now what happens is that people go create beats, like not create, arrange beats on a computer using software. Then someone comes and records the vocal. The vocal passes through what they call, what is that name of that software? Which makes you sound like Beyonce. Okay, that's a bad example. Auto-tune, yes.
Yeah.
And then it really sounds smooth and, certain way.
Yeah.
And then now it's matched or merged with the beats. And then they give you to listen. If you don't like it, they can change actually the beat. Or if you don't like something, you can pre-record or you can record again until you get the perfect.
The right.
So ideally, all these things are happening, but what is supporting the whole process is the software. Yeah. So if you think about it, in the industry right now, they used to say software is eating the world, but right now I feel like software is swallowing the world. Some extent. So you have to understand some of those concepts so that even when you come out here, which year you graduated?
Next year.
Yeah. You're able to build solutions that people can use. Yeah. So I thought I should say that because you've ever even done entertainment hackathon. The guys who came there, like the first entertainment hackathon, what should we? I'm like, okay, maybe I need to like take people slow and understand that any industry that you think about today, hospitality, transport, like right now I hear the Minister of Transport announce about telemetrics and, something else and cameras. So for you to be able to do all these things, you need things to do. GPS, you need to crunch data, you need, and toolbox actually. Is it toolbox or black box or something? The one that is in the airplanes. Or what? What's the name of it's the black box? I'm not sure. I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
When the plane crashes, where you get the data, what actually transpired is a black box. Is it black box? The guys who are listening can tell us the name. We have Jose, we have Kawasa, and there's someone, their name which is in Japanese. And of course, we have
international listeners.
Yes, Jolonji. You can pick them up. They can listen. They can hear you. So you can say hi.
Hi. Hi, Kenyans and fellow international listeners.
Citizens.
Yes. There we go.
Yeah. So ideally, there's that debate. But I'm not saying you provide the hardware because, in Kenya, mostly when you hear something like that happening, there's a container somewhere. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. That, in Kenya, what happens is that before you hear a big project, already most of the things have been figured out.
Yeah.
So they are looking for the market of
They're very
items that
ready.
have shipped. But where now the software engineers come in and Juakali, artisans, and all these people who actually do the last mile, number one is installation, maintenance, and creativity. And that's when our software engineers come in. How can we be able now to build on top of that software or hardware to actually deliver localized solution? For instance, maybe you have a fleet of cars. How are you able to integrate and make sense out of it? Right? Can you even actually use the same toolbox to see how many people are in the car at a given particular time? Can you actually even install SDK push on that toolbox for people to pay and get your money? There are so many ideas if you think about it. Yeah, but if you're waiting for you to get a tender, you'll be disappointed. Disappointed. This is just for anyone who will listen to this. But go ahead.
Okay. So, then I joined the different communities, Microsoft, Google, and one of them that I love is that I am the co-lead at KC University. And being there as a leader gives me the opportunity to invite more ladies to the team, since this tech ecosystem is filled with the male. Now we need to add more females to.
So it's very interesting.
Yeah.
Now that you guys actually can feel free to answer this. Why is that? Why do you think
The guest goes first.
Okay. I think it's because we think coding is such a hard task, and we also think that websites and coding is the only thing in tech. We are not exposed to what the other various things that tech has. Yeah, I think that's the main thing. We don't know about. We don't have the exposure. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's also a narrative that is sold to us very early on. Like when you get in and you say you're a lady doing engineering or you're a lady in tech, everyone around is like, wow, you're sure you'll make it. They're just those notions that people have that have been bred into us with time.
Yeah.
So there's that narrative already. Even if you're good, you'll doubt yourself. You'll get there thinking, hey, but can I really do this though? Am
you
I
start
really
doubting
sure?
yourself.
You doubt yourself right from the word go. And it isn't right. And it's a culture that should stop. And it starts early on in very basic things, but it shows up when you're older in things like that and how they address ladies in tech and how they address just ladies trying to strive in these fields that are marked as male-dominated sectors. Yet if you think about it, the ladies in tech are doing very well and they're very good. But now things are a bit more difficult for them to get there just because they have to fight that on top of learning the skill as well.
That's a very common phrase. Utawezana na hiyo kweli? Okay, that in English is, will you manage that course? Ama unafurahisha kijiji?
Exactly. Yet we all have the same brain. If you think about it, at the end of the day, we have the same brain. If you're smart whether you're male or female. So you'll still grasp the same concepts.
Okay. Don't you think that there are ladies who have had that opportunity and they really did not utilize it to the maximum?
I think one of the fears I think we have is also imposter syndrome. When you're there, you're like, I think I don't even deserve to be here. You're in a team of devs and you're like 10 people, but you're only 2 females. You're like, this is not my place. I'm just out of this place.
So the one who perseveres is the one actually who really
maybe they get there and then they're like, wow, I really don't fit in. I feel like
Yes, they're good also.
Yeah, they're good.
So do you feel like also there's some ladies who get there and then when they face the first challenge, they retract or they like, I would say they do the bare minimum and then they end up given something like project management or, I would say lighter task or something that is not so technical, which also again proves the notion that ladies cannot see it through all the way. Not that maybe you experience that much, but maybe Sylvia, you can also contribute. But I would like to hear your input if you have seen that.
Okay. I have not seen one. My mentor is a back-end engineer and she does it very well. She's one of the people I look up to and she's one of the core pillars in my career. Like when I see her do it, I know I can also do it. Yeah, so she's not deviated. She's coding. And
she's really good. But then another thing I've seen with the lady engineers, if they're really engineers, they're super good.
Yeah.
Super, super good. And I say this and it sounds like, MK is pulling people's leg. But no, what I mean is that I've seen is, it happened. When I speak like this, it sounds like I'm Muzazi. I've seen it actually happen. Like someone started, push it when things are hard, they keep pushing it and they really thrive. For some reason, I think perseverance is very important for you to really get to where you want to go. But something else, but please go, do you think that there are ladies who don't really go all the way?
Yes, there are. And at times, I do not think that it's a matter of they're not strong enough to persevere. It's a matter of they faced the challenge just like any other. But now this time, they didn't get the mentorship or they didn't get the direction or the help. Anyone they went to just told them,
maybe you should.
Maybe just try something else. Or they just, and you can only face that long enough until it gets to a point where you're thinking, okay, let me for a minute think about this. And then when they take that sort of step back, they get into the quote-unquote lighter roles that you're talking about, which they're still performing, showing that it's not that they're not good. They can, whatever role they're given, they can handle it well. But now the lack of direction, they're not really sure where to step to next. And it's good that sometimes they really do pick up. Maybe later they meet someone like a mentor like you have, which is very important. And I think people should really get that, especially if you're new in a field. It would be important just to see where to be able to even get beacons or goals, to know how to set them the right way. But once they get that, they can be able to get back on track.
So now that you guys are speaking about mentorship, I have to say I don't believe in mentorship. I believe in apprenticeship, which is much. I find it much intriguing to be an apprentice, like learn by doing. Yeah. And that's how people used to learn before education, the one that formally. That if you wanted to be a carpenter, just go to a workshop, see how things are done, holding things around, and you see it and you learn. Same with if you wanted to become a doctor, you went to the forests, look for the herbs, see which one is poisonous, how do you mix them, package them. If maybe this disease is severe, you see that happening. And I think even doctors use that until today. In the hospitals, it's called they call practicing doctor or something. But when you finish your 50 or something, you go and spend some time in the hospital doing rounds. They call them rounds. So you are actually start now see what happens, how to question a patient, how to to administer the medication, and you see doctor do it in real time.
I think they start even earlier while you're still in campus. They still go for rounds and have to do that.
So I find that intriguing than mentorship, because, and you guys can speak about mentorship for a bit.
Okay.
Because mentorship, I find like if I was your mentor, I might end up telling you all the good things. To some extent, I might tell you all the good things. And that's how humans are mostly. But if you see me doing something, you'll see where things are not working and how I fix them. And you get that knowledge firsthand. It's more sticky than me telling you something. Also, you might end up asking the wrong questions. And of course, if you ask the wrong questions, you get the wrong answers. But that's me viewing mentorship in different angles. Also, I find like you might not really get enough time to really go through most of the things, because of course I'm assuming if I'm a mentor to someone, of course I still have the life that is going on. So I might say, okay, we will meet 30 minutes, every week. But something might happen and that 30 minutes I'm not available, you're not available. Or there's something else that I need to do that really is more urgent than this mentorship, and you might not gain much. So over time, I realized that also there are people who really come for mentorship, but it's not mentorship. And I think you've seen a few cases recently where some tech bros were accused of things that I don't know if they were true or not. But even when I read what was happening, I say, okay, I was almost like, I told you, but rarely do I tell people how to handle things, because of course there are so many underlying factors that I see with especially software engineering that actually could go wrong than right with mentorship. But ideally, that's my take. But you guys, tell me how did you get a mentor? How was that process? And how do you handle it even better as a mentee and a mentor?
Okay, so for my mentor, one thing, she is very, very present. And
I love that you're saying she. Do you have a he mentor?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So a mentor has to be the same gender?
No, we're not restricting, because I know there are good people out here who are willing to help without asking you for
strings attached. Asking for cash, favors?
I don't know. But mine.
Extras, okay. Hope is trying to be, politically correct. So this is why you tell it the way it is. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, mine is, she's Wambui and she's very good at what she does. She is a back-end engineer. Her story inspires me. And when I hear about somebody else's experience, I'm able to see, okay, so this is how you do it. Help me also do it as good as you did, so that I do, you could get to third year and you're like, hii kazi yote, I have all this work to do. Just tell me where it's going to amount to. Hii kazi yote, where will it take me? But now having her in my life, she's like, okay, if you face a challenge, this is what you do. When you encounter this, try this. Even before I came to the podcast, she was like, I know you feel like you don't deserve being here, but they call you because you have something to say. And yeah, like I feel like she's very, very, very fundamental in my life.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she's listening. Thank you.
Yeah, but they would love to hear from her if she's available. We don't mind highlighting her.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'll plug her.
Yeah. So, she's. How long has she been like doing software engineering?
Since 2010. Since 2019.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We can try and see if we can. We also trying to highlight more ladies who are doing something. And by the way, I hope you are doing a lot of things.
Thank you.
Both
Thank
personally and you're one. Okay, let me say this. So you're one of the most consistent community member I've seen, both in Atlassian, MongoDB, and Africa Stocking. You're always trying to build something, even when you're not building, you're making it look fun and all that, and encouraging others, by the way. So we find that really something positive to talk about.
Yeah.
But yeah, please talk a bit about mentorship. Okay, before you do you like arrange sessions where you have these, or is this random calls and random emails and random chats?
We have a bit of both.
Okay.
We have random, and we also have like sessions that we have like topic we talk about, and she's like, okay, so for this we'll do this and this. Especially when it comes to one thing that I've really beat because of her is procrastination. I used to like put off tasks, but now I'm happy to say that she's helped me, and I'm able to do things when I need to get them done.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I know most of engineers are lazy. You know that?
Lazy.
Yeah, most
That's
of good
such a strong
engineers
word.
actually. Yeah, I mean,
They wait for the last minute.
yes, that's laziness. And for lack of better definition, but they are good. It's because they are, even when they have not done them, mostly they are like figuring out the easiest way
To do it.
To do it, yeah.
You know, like they're not in their head. Actually, they're like figuring out
Yeah.
which is the
They're
how can I
planning.
do it? Yeah, but ideally they come out as lazy. And by the way, you cannot be a good engineer if you don't have some form of laziness or what we're calling
Because-
procrastination. Yeah.
Ideally, as an engineer, you're finding more efficient ways to do
Yeah,
things.
to make,
And you only do that if you're lazy because you want a faster way.
yeah, an
Yes,
easier
yes,
way.
Yeah.
An
Yes,
easier
yes,
way. Yeah, true.
So we're saying it, and by the way, what we're saying is that being lazy is not bad
Well, define lazy again.
Yeah.
until you let it. Nothing is bad actually. Let me start there. There's nothing that is bad until you overdo it or you let it do you. So if lazy drives you, anything you do is driven by laziness, then it might not lead you to good results. But if you are just, you feel like maybe I should not do this right now, and I can do it maybe within an hour, or I can do it within 5 minutes, and you end up doing it really well, it's fine. At the end of the day, what matters?
And
Getting things
justifies
done.
the means.
But not always that you'll come and then
Yeah.
do it perfectly. Of
Yeah.
course, you'll submit it late. You will.
Yeah. Laziness is not the best term, or it's not the worst way to coin it. Maybe just, if you think you can do it in an hour, why wait for an hour to the deadline? Just do it today morning, finish it in an hour, then proceed.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the most classical way of you guys do stuff? Like every single time?
Well, as often as you can, do it as soon as possible. As soon
Well,
as you
not
can.
always. Like you'll not always feel motivated to like get things done. Like I'm here, I'll do it. Most of the time, you're like, okay,
Let's
let me
say
just
it's
give it time.
debatable. It's debatable.
It
But
is.
Okay.
ideally, what I find that is consistent with the good engineers, like, we'll do it. Not that we won't do it, and we'll do it really well. But, the best way is the planning part of things, which might look like there's nothing happening. But of course, I know why she's doubting what I'm saying. It's because I like things getting done as fast as possible. But of course,
But you're preaching laziness.
I know. No, I'm not preaching. Oh, you guys are hearing like I'm saying people should be lazy.
That's
No,
how
I'm
it
not saying
sounds.
that.
That's how it
I'm just saying you have to strike a balance between laziness and getting things done. If you do that, it's okay, and also give realistic to yourself deadlines that actually, okay, if it goes beyond this, now this is laziness, or
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
over procrastination.
Procrastination. Yeah.
but also find easier way of doing this. And you might choose, actually, let me do it in an hour and then, spend the rest of the time having good time or learning something new,
True.
which is allowed. Now, that's where now the difference of really, really good engineers and good engineers comes in, because the really, really good engineers, they do it in an hour and then they're learning other things.
Yeah.
True.
So they figure out, okay, let me flip this coin rather than waiting and
Exactly.
sometime I might maybe be learning. Why can't I just do this because I know how to do it? And then spend maybe the rest of 4, 5, 6, 16 hours learning something new.
Yeah.
So what is your experience with mentorship?
First of all, my take on mentorship would be, I think mentorship also involves the hands-on part. So there's apprenticeship in mentorship, in my opinion. So especially if you have a mentor in your field, someone who is doing something in line with what you're doing, it also means that they hold you accountable because they know the goals that you are achieving or that are in your line, in your field. They also hold you accountable in the technical part. So it's not just, maybe that's what made you say that apprenticeship is better, because mentorship to some extent or to some people can just sound like storytelling and just encouragement. That is part of it, and it's a big part of it, but it also means that if you have a mentor who's in your field and is doing the same technical thing, it's a lot easier because they hold you accountable with your deadlines, with your skill set. If you're not growing, they can actually call you out and say, you were working on this project last month, you're still working on it right now. Okay, where are you stuck? Can we do a peer coding session? Can we have tomorrow afternoon to go through your code and see where the problem is? Because why are you facing an error 1 week, still having the same error, right? So in my opinion, mentorship should involve the apprenticeship itself. So it's much better. Get a mentor in your field, your exact line, or the line you want to get into, and have them take you through just nuggets on what they have learned, because it's easier to learn from their mistakes. Don't make the same mistakes.
True.
Make your own, because everyone will make mistakes. Make your own. Then for your mentee, you will tell them. The mentors and yours, they will make their own. So you can imagine the people that will have down the line, 10 generations down the line. Whole new set of mistakes. But that's how it should work. They should guide you, tell you their mistakes, have the encouragement part, as well as have the technical bit in touch.
Very nice put. So you're part of women in Africa's Talking Women in Tech.
Yeah.
How is that?
Wow. That's very fantastic. As you've heard, I love showing like women that they belong in this space, because not everyone feels like they belong. So that's one place I also felt like this is really nice. Women are now joining hackathons. We are trying to grow. We are emulating those who already there, and it's such an amazing space. We always do it every Wednesday, every last Wednesday of every month. And it's an amazing time to see what people will build. Some come there without ideas, and by the end of the hackathon, they have mind-blowing solutions. And that's awesome to see.
Have you met some really
good
genius people around there?
And also, like, if you see someone who's more skilled than you, you're like, wow, I want to get there too. I want to, like, that will give you motivation to continue with the coding, with whatever you want to grow at. It's also a very nice place to challenge yourself so that you're not always in your comfort zone. It's a very important space to be at.
So maybe just to tell people, what exactly is this Africa's Talking Women in Tech, and what are these events on Wednesday? What exactly, if you could explain what the community is about, how would you coin it? And then, what are the best things, maybe best 2 things or 3 things that you've had in the community so far?
Okay. So every last Wednesday of the month, we have a hackathon. You'll be given a title. So like the last one was maternal health. So you're building towards that, and you use the Africa's Talking APIs, which are SMS, USSD, voice, and airtime. So when you come, you just have different groups building towards different solutions. So as a group, you ideate. Then you come up with a solution, you code it, you try fix that. So that problem you've identified. And then one thing I'd say about it is that the best part, there's amazing food. Very amazing food.
Shout out
to the kitchen people.
Kitchen or the chef?
For sure. Everyone who does that. Yeah, amazing food, amazing friends. You get to expand your network, and that's your net worth. So, yeah, it's very amazing to see women come up with great solutions which will be implemented to be startups and maybe little organizations.
Yeah. So you can join as a beginner, or I have to be a professional, 10 years of experience under my belt.
Beginner, very beginner friendly. If you don't know anything to do with code, you come join the next one. Also, don't give up about that. Join the next one. Within those months that you've attended, you will see the growth. Yeah.
So the secret is in consistency.
Yeah. Don't just attend one and you're like, that place is boring, I didn't do anything. No, join the next one so that you're challenged to even build.
Yeah.
And when you're there, you actually code. You don't just sit and watch. Tell them when you're there, you do your
you
best.
guys eat stories. I'm curious to ask that.
No, we actually code. We code. Yeah. And then we ask, like, if you don't know, if you're getting a certain error, you just raise your hand and then someone will come show you how to debug. Yeah. That's Sylvia for you. And Lois. Yeah.
Sylvia is getting why are you not saying Sylvia and Lois are always there?
Yeah.
And they are part of AT, engineering, full stack,
Yeah. You'll not struggle. Yeah.
And also there's some members who have really some sort of experience. Also, they help each other.
Yeah, there are those who are already good at it. There are those who have already consumed the APIs before, so they know. They know what you should use, like how to make your API, know your code live, like using ngrok and all that. There are those who have experience, so if you just go through them, they'll just help you out.
Yeah.
Just like you, eh?
Yeah.
Or she should say, someone like me.
Yeah, someone like Hope.
Can see you through. So, you should not be struggling. Actually, your mentor, if they hear this, they will be really
proud.
I did something. Yeah, you can mentor someone like 5 years down the line, they are still the same. Yeah. And big up to Wambo. You said it's Wambo, right?
Yeah, it's Wambo.
Yeah.
You guys should also take mentees or something.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's one thing I want to do. First years when they come in.
No. Even they can be 4 years.
Fellow
okay, yeah, peer mentoring. Yeah, peer mentorship. True.
As much as someone is interested, like there are people who are interested, but also even especially with ladies. I'm not a lady, but I see ladies who have really great potential, but they're just holding back. So, and that's actually why we created Women in Tech at AT, because ladies used to come for the main hackathon, which happens the last Wednesday of the month. Last Thursday of the month. Thank you so much. Wednesday. Okay. So last Thursday of the month. And they always, even when people presented in front, they were like, let me remain.
They shy.
Yeah. I don't know, for whatever reason. And of course, I can't assume. People go through a lot of trauma. And that's why actually we go from day zero. So that you understand that journey. And someone also could say, maybe that's where I am in life. And actually I can get here.
Yeah.
This is part of that. So ideally, anyone who is ready should be able to do that. And of course, we welcome even the ones who come on Women in Tech hackathon to the main hackathon. And for us, it's just build, just write code, just solve problems. We don't care if you are, a lady or a gentleman for the open hackathon. That's why it's called open. It's for everyone. But of course, even business entrepreneurs who want to transition, as long as you come with your laptop and you don't spend the day just watching others, you're welcome. Come install something. The first day you might just end up installing and then trying something. The next time maybe you send an SMS or maybe send airtime or buy data. The next time maybe you find yourself building a whole logic of doing that and automating some of those processes. So it's a journey, and you understand that as long as you're committed. Now, what can we do more for ladies?
Okay. The first thing would be,
and not just in the context of AT Women in Tech,
like
in a
tech ecosystem.
Because I've seen a lot of women in tech come and go.
Okay, number one is to make them feel like they fit. Because, let me tell you, in the open hackathon, when you go there, the pressure gets worse.
That's how engineering is.
Yeah, for sure. I know, for sure. It's not as easy, but like have this space where you don't have to feel the pressure. You go at your pace.
Yeah.
You'll still get there. The point is growth. So don't see someone is so good and then you're like, me with this bad skills of mine, why should I even go and present? Why should I even go and try build? Some people feel like I'm not adding value, so let me just stay away from it and find something else to do. So I think making them feel like you belong here, you'll still grow and you'll get to that place where you want to get. Don't feel discouraged that someone else is better than you. You'll still grow.
And good food.
Very important.
No, just kidding. No, food is in Africa. Food is very important. You cannot joke around with food across the 54 countries.
You don't.
Actually, it has always been a culture. If someone comes to your home, we didn't welcome with food, but that's on us. So the first thing is that you welcome with food. You know, you eat, you drink, you're okay, and then they ask you, okay. Are you spending some time with us? And then you can say what brought you. Even if you're bringing bad message, at least you should be full.
Before you give them.
Even if they decide now, okay, you know there are people who used to bring really back in the day bad message from the neighboring kingdom. You know, in Africa before you used to have kingdoms. I don't know if you guys know about this.
We have read it.
History. If you check your history, it was just kingdoms, you know.
Social studies.
And then I think in Uganda can give you that picture, in Nigeria can give you that picture, even in Kenya here. And you used to be sent, go and say that you're coming for war. And now you see they have to kill you because they don't want you to go back. Saying you already said you are coming to kill you. That's what essentially what you said, right?
So the messenger will just die at the end of the day.
Okay, that's where the proverb "don't kill the messenger" it came from. Because now imagine someone comes and tells you, you know what, this is a message, you know. But ideally they will feed you, they'll welcome, even you'll be given a wife if you don't have one, and then life is good. That's how African used to be. So imagine you're bringing the message of war and you have been given a wife. You see how that narrative changes back. Like now you're related. If you cannot kill your relative. So African used to be beautiful more than it is right now in terms of culture and everything. And you don't actually talk about these things openly. We are like, you know, Africans were primitive. They didn't know no, African used to even have their medicine or the herbalists.
Medicine men.
Everything used to work properly actually. Maybe even better than I feel like even right now we are more stressed than before. But anyway, that's debatable. There's someone who say like, I wanted to go to Mombasa. But what would you be getting to Mombasa if you're self-sufficient? Or, I don't know, whatever.
You can sustain yourself.
Like Hope. I want that Africa. It used to happen. And if you read your history back, you know, the day you see that. So, ideally, would you think that if every company started, you know, women in tech, we'd be better off than we are right now?
Yeah, that would like encourage women to know that there's a place for them. Because currently engineering is for men and people know that. Even in the classrooms, we are usually the minority. Every time we are usually the minority. And the male perspectives seem to get like to understand it better than we do. But that's not the case. Just try it out. It's for everyone.
You know, one of the best lecturer that I had in terms of explaining the concepts, you know, making them look appealing was a lady. She used to teach us automata. She's still there actually. I think she's still a professor or something. Or a doctor still. Okay, a doctor is referred to as a professor in the US. And she really used to make it really appealing. In some of our units I aced them. She made it really appealing. And that's why for me, as much as I say engineering, everyone should come ready. I'm that guy. And I think this is what actually drives so many
ladies are I'm not going there to
maybe you're not ready. Maybe what you say, the syndrome, the imposter syndrome kicks in. Like, maybe then I don't think I'm good. But I believe that if you come with the mentality that it's just engineering, right? And I want to solve problems. then you'll actually understand why you should actually be there and learn, and don't expect special treatment or that. But of course, what you're saying still stands, that there needs to be created a catalyst platform to make sure that
The mindset shift.
Yeah. So, Hope,
Yes.
what else happened at KCA? You said we talk about KCA for a bit. Yeah.
KC is a very interesting university. I love that. It has very great programs. Actually, the first hackathon I attended was organized by KCA, and we built a website to help entrepreneurs get mentorship. Yeah, so that was my very first hackathon, and it was very informative. Like that's when I got to know that, wow, I'm very interested in designing. Yeah, it's a place where if you networked and learned, you'd be like a very great developer or a very great designer.
Do they offer computer science?
It's called software development, and then there's applied computing and forensics.
Oh, forensics. So that's what where you deal with software.
Yeah.
Those three.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. Nice. So how is your experience there so far? In terms of, besides the school, and then the curriculum and everything.
The life.
The life.
Yeah.
Well, it's very fun if you have the right friends. Very, very fun.
Oh, so they are wrong friends in KCA.
Of course.
What define wrong?
Okay.
It's close to Quiver. Which the USIU club is called?
No.
Memphis. It's close to Memphis.
Okay.
Roysambu is just around the corner.
Right there.
No, then
Mirema.
not
Mirema
wrong
Drive.
friends.
The Nigerians. Yeah.
Okay.
Madari Hospital is just in, 2 blocks,
other
3
side.
blocks. But anyway, I'm just finding ways to define wrong.
No, I don't know. Wrong friends are quite okay if they don't add value to your life. I think that's just wrong, depending on what value is to you.
So you have to define your value.
Yeah. To some people, going to the Mirema or whatever you say, it's not wrong. So yeah.
But to most people, it is.
No, it depends. You just have to know. Like
To you, is it wrong?
I know. I don't want to choose any side. So I don't.
Your
I don't
friends
feel
who go to Mary.
I don't want to feel judged. So
So you have friends. Eh?
Yeah, he doesn't want to break friendships here.
no. I already know my circle. My circle is well defined. Yeah.
Okay. Makes a lot of sense when you see it.
So it's personal. Wrong is personal.
Yeah. Very personal. Yeah. You define wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Please.
All right. So now, as we are winding up, the conversation has been heavy and interesting all through. We've gone through your journey right from nursery, kindergarten. Kindergarten. The accents, eh?
There are some letters that are not pronounced out loud.
Yeah.
It's
Sorry.
kindergarten.
It's kindergarten. I have learned something new, eh?
No, me, I'm learning. So don't distract. Yeah.
From kindergarten to primary to high school and now at KCA. Maybe what is your main takeaway or your parting shot?
No, before that, I have maybe 2 questions. But yeah.
All right. Then proceed with the questions. Then we'll
The
wind
recent
up.
ones. Yeah, she keeps receiving swag left her.
Hey, she's
from
always
Fang.
in a promotional
From Fang.
t-shirt.
Fang.
Fang. Wow.
Yeah.
Tell us the
more
secret.
about Fang.
Yeah.
You also want to receive
We
swag
also,
once in a while.
it would be nice.
Well, I think paving way for new techies in communities. I think that's one way, and also building in public. That's another thing.
Contributing on open source or
No, like if you're learning something, share it via your LinkedIn or via Twitter. Just tell people what you're doing. Don't be very quiet, so that people know, I know of a great designer. I saw her post her designs yesterday. Yeah. Build in public.
I think the other Hope also mentioned something like that.
Yeah,
Building in public. That's like the new Gen Z terminology. Because you see, when you hear something twice or thrice, like mambo ni matatu.
Mambo matatu.
Yeah. You build in public, you receive swag, and be part of the community.
There we go.
Well, yeah, building in public has numerous benefits. I can attest to the people I looked up to in communities. They're doing great things, and that gives you exposure.
Yeah.
People get to know, oh, I know of an IoT engineer, and then they now know, okay, he
Whenever
knows
there's
this.
a gig, your name actually pops.
Yeah, it pops up.
Yeah.
Plus, you'll continue growing because I don't believe you'll just post anything. You'll not post mediocre content.
Yeah.
You'll strive to be better. So, yeah, that's where.
What is your take about AI, ChatGPT and shenanigans?
I love AI. I think it's a very brilliant tool. That
Did you
was.
say AI?
I said AI.
No, the way you say it's
different.
Really interesting, yeah. No, it's okay. It's all right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
all right. I think the English is paying off. It's enhanced English.
Wow.
Yeah. I like the way you said it. Yeah. For a
Thank
moment, I thought I'm in California.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. But by the way, guys, just this aside note, interacting with the intellectual people, they're not the guys who will have the most of the accents. Yeah.
Pardon? Hmm?
No,
Okay.
that's a lighter note.
Okay. Okay. I was explaining one.
Yeah.
Community.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
AI.
yeah.
Okay. One thing I love about it. I learned about GitHub Copilot the previous week, and it's really it's an amazing tool. It helps you predict code, understand the code you've written, so it makes work easier. Yeah.
So now that it's paid for, what do you think? Do you think it creates a barrier for people to really?
No, there's a student's pack, by the way.
Oh.
Yes.
Very free.
Okay.
Very free.
But all of us are not students.
Oops.
And we love to test things. We love to test things.
Yeah, we love free
By the way, I told GitHub this when they introduced it in, it was not available. Is it the one? Yeah, no, the GitHub. Is it the GitHub or the open source paid? Right now you can get paid to contribute to the open source. You can say
Yeah.
I'm available for XYZ. What's that program?
You're talking
It's a
about
program.
GitHub Students Developer Pack.
Yeah, the developer
Not
pack.
that. So I'm talking about now the paid part. Now that we're talking about GitHub, you have to share this. Yeah. So if you're a software open source software contributor, you can actually post your profile, and anyone who wants to, or maybe you're contributing
Sponsor.
through open source and they're using that open source, GitHub sponsor. Thank
Yeah,
you so much.
yes,
So
yes.
when they were introducing it in Nairobi, it was not available everywhere. I think last year November, if I'm not wrong, or around that time. I also mentioned about GitHub being paid, but of course they said there's GitHub sponsor where you can make money.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a give and take. Yeah, but ideally, GitHub actually, and let me speak a bit about it. Not the GitHub that you guys know, the GitHub before it was acquired by Microsoft, was the one of the biggest proponent of communities. Yeah, I think GitHub was the first independent company that sponsors some of my community events and initiatives, and they helped us build a big deal. There are communities that are not backed by companies. So when you talk about GDG, Moringa, AT, of course there are companies behind them.
Yeah.
But there are communities like JS, Node,
Ruby.
JVM, Ruby. All these are just open source, and they're not backed by any company.
Yeah.
So one of the things that we used to do is reach out to these companies that are proponents. It was very clear, very forward looking. They used to send us swag, and I'm glad to see they still have some of that culture where they're sending someone like you some swag for just actually sharing that this is it, I'm using it this way. It's really good, and I think any company out there, we are planning on doing that.
Merchandise. Free merchandise.
Yeah. But for us, we are planning also to sell some of it.
Also have a store, a shop.
Yeah, shop.
Yeah,
we'll be honest
actually-
about it. Yeah. And one thing about that is that you want to design something that you would really buy and use it
Yeah.
for some time.
Yeah.
But whenever we can, actually, we will give some of that for free.
Yeah, even GitHub, they have a shop. The t-shirt I got was from a shop. They just gave a voucher to the winners.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah. I visited them in in San Francisco, and these guys really are, I would say, this also encouraged me a lot to continue actually believing that community could really work. You know, when you're building community is not the easiest part of things. So when I visited them to just say thank you, because I just felt like, these guys even could support us kilometers and kilometers away.
Yeah.
So they were really excited. So we took a few photos and then they took me to their store and they said, what do you want? It's on us.
What did you get?
I got a t-shirt that I still have, but it's smaller now. I should give it away. It's really quality stuff. Yeah. Someone is saying I should give it to them, but that one you look like
With a very big
dress.
smile.
You look like a dress to you.
It's fine. Dresses, GitHub dresses are okay.
I look for it actually. If it's still somewhere, I don't mind. Yeah, or maybe get you a new one. Why
It's on
not?
record.
Yeah,
It's on record, a new one.
GitHub, do something.
one.
You could be part of this podcast once in a while. We're looking also for partners
Definitely.
to keep highlighting more
More
hopes.
stories.
Oh, that flows. More hopes.
Oh, way.
To give hope to the hopeless.
To the other techies.
Yes. In another life, I would be a Musani anyway. So, hope. Parting shot.
All right. My parting shot would be, in life, we need to continue learning. Continuous learning is so important. And also exposure. I don't think I'd be seated here if it was not for the people I met, the friends I made, the mentors along my path, my family members always telling me, you can do it, believe in your dream, believe in what you want to do. That's very important in life. Find people who want to see you become a better version of you. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Very key, very key.
Yeah. Do you want to go first or should I? Me, I'll go also with a proverb. So,
So you want to close off with a proverb?
I can.
African proverb.
Yeah, but ladies first. Please.
All right.
Yes.
For me, mambo ni matatu. 1, learn publicly.
Learn publicly.
2, network and join communities. 3, mentor and be mentored.
Very nice.
There
Very
we go.
nice. Very nice. That's wonderful, Sylvia. So you're making it a culture to like find an African proverb that we give our listeners, and then and then finish it out. So today's proverbs comes from, I don't know where it's coming from, but it's an African proverb. The smaller the lizard, the greater the hope of becoming a crocodile. Let me repeat that so that you will see.
Please do.
The smaller the lizard, the greater the hope of becoming a crocodile. So what does this proverb actually teach us? Because, African proverbs are not just for the sake of it. Teaches us, doesn't matter where we are, we should have some sort of drive to be better. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yes. My parting shot is, in this life, it's not like a one-off, kind of, and I see most people actually live like they have gotten there. It's a journey. At whatever space you are in. And that's why I would use Elon Musk as an example. If you think about Elon Musk, he bought a $1.2 million US. I don't know, some Kenyan or something, some nice car. Back in 1990 something, 1998 or 1997. But did that actually? If you see that guy right now, he's starting out, right? And this actually goes to our tech bros and sisters out here. Is that, yes, it's okay to make good money. It's okay to see the fruit of what you struggled for. I know some of us come from, most unlikely backgrounds. And the reason I'm saying this is because when I started, actually, there was nothing much to show for it. You have to go to abroad and all that, and stay there. But over time, I've realized that people are taking the wrong tangent towards these technology and software engineering and all that. So my parting shot would be, let's solve problems. Let's try and see how can we use these skills to impact people, African people per se, because it doesn't matter how you look at it, we're still behind in several sectors, and even our economy is not really doing well. So let's build something sustainable and long-term. For those who have already made it, especially the billionaires and trillionaires of this Africa, let's try and invest in these young skills so that someone doesn't survive on noodles for the next decade, and you could actually make it possible for them to build a solution that can actually create more wealth for everyone. So government should create policies that support, not, discourage someone like Hope to pursue this to the end. And may God be with us.
Yeah.
After all is said and done, God gives and human takes. Thank you so much.
All right. And with that, we have concluded our chat this evening, or this night rather. Yes. And for all those who have been following along, thank you so much for sparing the time, for being with us. And we really do hope that you have taken some nuggets with you. We hope you took nuggets from Hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those who are listening back, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Share it with as many people as possible, and rewatch it and re-listen as many times as you wish. That is it from us, from Africa's Stocking and Impact Masters podcast. We will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.